So today I have a very special interview with one of the boys I've been working with for a little while now. He's from the US, he's an electrician, he's now making money online, he's been able to replace his income and he's about to leave his job. So I want you guys to check this out and let me know what you think. Today we got Sam here. What's good, bro? Introduce yourself.
What's good, man? So, I'm Sam. I'm from California, and I basically was an electrician for the past 3 years. Um, and I basically just realized that being an electrician, being in the trade, it's not going to cut it, and wasn't going to get me what I wanted, and so that's why I kind of took that step into getting into the online space.
100%, bro. And what, for you, you were a Sparky for how long you said?
3 years.
3 years. And for you, like, was it always something that you didn't want to do, or what sort of
I
made you
mean,
want to make the change?
yeah. No, it was something I always wanted to do, but I mean, as I got into it more, I kind of realized it wasn't gonna get me the things that I wanted in life. Like, it wasn't gonna be able to get me a house as soon as I wanted. I wasn't gonna be able to provide for my fiance like I would want. So I just realized I needed to pick up another source of income or pick up something like a high income skill.
Hmm.
And so that's what really brought me into this.
Okay. And when you say brought you into this, you mean into ABC?
Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, I definitely looked around here and there. Definitely kind of sized up some options, but I mean, it just seemed like the best place with the most knowledgeable people on the stuff that I wanted to kind of learn.
100%. And what made you want to like look into ABC sort of over everything else?
I mean, bro, it's just, everything out there is just kind of just like very iffy. But
Mm,
just seeing that people were able to generate so much income in such a short amount of time.
yeah.
And just the biggest fact was being able to be home and not be away at work for 8 to 10, 12 hours a day,
Yeah. Yeah.
was fucking huge, bro. That was the biggest part.
Yeah, 100% get where you're coming from when like you say it's a bit iffy. Like there's a lot of sort of scams and stuff out there, a lot of people that are like that have bad intentions, but you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to find the right people, but 100%, bro. Like the results genuinely don't lie. And you've been in ABC for a little while now, right?
Yeah, so I've been in ABC for about 5 months. But the first couple months I kind of just messed around and thought it would just come to me like that, like somebody was gonna give me money.
Yeah.
But then I really kind of locked in around just after Christmas. Started posting some content. I honestly didn't think it would get me very far, but I
Yeah.
mean, my first video literally blew up overnight, and
Mm,
then from there it just kind of took off.
yeah.
And it was really all about taking that first step, really.
Yeah. Okay, so you said for you, like it wasn't until kind of after Christmas, like early January, is when you started like taking it serious. I mean, for you, like what was the switch there? What made you like be like, oh fuck, like I've been here for like 2, 3 months, I haven't done anything. Was there anything that
Um,
happened or like
I mean, yeah, it was kind of just like I was just kind of going through the motions. Like, I would hop on the calls and I would just be present, but I wasn't actually taking action.
Mhm.
I was just like in the moment. I was like, oh, I'm on the calls. It's gonna be all good. Like, I'm gonna get somewhere. But then I
Mm,
realized I wasn't gonna do it, and I actually needed to like start doing something. And then once I actually started implementing these things that everyone was teaching me from ABC, it
mm,
just started popping off from there. Because I mean, and that's just being stagnant. It was just me thinking it was going to come eventually, but then realizing that it wasn't. I mean, based off of the results I was getting. So, I mean, it was just taking action was the biggest thing that I realized that I wasn't doing. So
mhm.
once I started doing that, it just boom, popped off for me.
Okay. So for you, it was just the taking action that was the biggest difference for you and you made that switch back in January. I mean, for the last couple months now, like what's sort of been happening? Have you started seeing results? What has it been looking like for you?
Yeah, bro. So I mean, just of last week, I finally hit the leaderboards with 600 USD, and that was literally just from posting content. And I mean,
Yeah.
In hindsight, it doesn't have to be from content. You know, you could get it from your appointment setting and your
Mm.
closing. But I mean, that was just the easiest option that I saw for myself.
Yeah.
And it was just as simple as just posting videos, bro. It's like I could have been doing that all the way back in November when I joined, but I was just being a lazy bum
Mm.
and never really just took the initiative. And once I kind of took that initiative and started posting and just telling my story, you know, that's when it all kind of came together.
Nice, bro. So you made that first 600 USD from posting content. How many followers you got, bro?
Dude, at the time I only had about 2,500. I mean, I think
Yeah.
now I have around 3,500.
Yeah.
Um, But I mean, it just goes to show like there's people with 13, 15,000 followers, and I mean, they're not making anything, but it's like
Mm.
you could literally have 1,000 to 2,000 followers. It doesn't matter. Like you just
Yeah.
gotta keep at it and stay consistent, you know?
Yeah, exactly right. I think a lot of people get it mixed up that you have to have like 100,000 followers to make money online.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely
Two,
don't
two and
have
a
to.
half thousand, like that's fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's not much.
For you, what is sort of the next steps? Because obviously you're making money online with content. I know you sort of briefly talked about how you want to move into like a closing role of some sort. Like, what's been going on there?
So I mean, I honestly from the content, some people have seen it and they've reached out and seeing that I'm doing stuff online.
Hmm.
And so I've been offered a couple roles to be affiliates for other companies,
Yeah.
and you know other institutions, and then as well as being a closer for them. So I mean, that's what's kind of gotten me to pick up the closing stuff now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I'm saying, you know, you never know when opportunity is going to come. You just got to stay consistent, and then once they see you're consistent with it, you know, you're going to get those opportunities rolling in.
100%. I think even for me, bro, like when I started posting content as well, like I started getting offers too. My very first
Yeah,
setting role was given to me because of my content. And I hadn't blown up either. I only had like 1,500 followers. So there's a
yeah,
lot of opportunity out there.
100%. Yeah, you really don't have to have many followers at all. It's literally
Mm.
just about like who you are as a person and like what the value that you have to kind of offer that
Yep.
really will get people to, you know, just bring up the offers because
Mm.
they see you being a value to them.
100%. For you, bro, like what sort of the next 6 months look like for you, would you say?
So, I mean, definitely sticking with the content because I've seen that it could provide, you know, a consistent income. But I mean, as far as that kind of closing my own deals or closing other people's deals,
Mhm.
so definitely stepping into more of being a closer for sure. Because I mean, as you've seen from all the people inside of ABC, there's closers making 15 to $25,000 a week just from closing, and it's
Mm.
like you know, if they can do it, you know, what's stopping me from doing it?
Yeah. Nah, 100%. So for you, like you want to take more of a step into the closing side of things and obviously keep that content going right now. But in terms of like what would life look like for you? Because I know you're still working at the moment, but do you feel like
Yeah.
you're on track at the moment to leave that job and, you know, I don't know, start traveling or move somewhere else or
Yeah, so I mean, as of last week, I actually put in my 2 week notice, and I'm actually going to be going, you know, full throttle on this stuff.
yep.
So I mean, for me, bro, I would love to start traveling Cali because I mean, Cali has so many things to offer. You got the beach, the oceans, the mountains, everything. So yeah, definitely, and then also just buying the missus an engagement ring and getting that going. I've
Hmm.
been able to you know, save up a lot more for that ever since I've been getting money from this.
Hmm.
And so yeah, definitely gonna be taking a lot more trips and spending a lot more time with family too, because that's something I've been missing out on and it's something I definitely want to get back to.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, fair enough, bro. So obviously leave that job, you put your fucking notice in, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
And actually have freedom to do the things that you want, by the sounds of things. Buy your missus an engagement
Yeah.
ring, which is pretty big.
Yeah.
See your family, because I know, fuck, I know you did say to me like you never really got much time with your family and friends when you were working construction, right?
Yeah, bro. It was like straight up 10, 12 hour days and I would just come home and just be fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
But I mean, I realized that I had to do something when I got home because otherwise it was going to be the same thing for the next 20, 30 years. And who wants that, you know? So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what really clicked in my head was I just had to make a difference and
Mm,
just spend my time out of the 9 to 5 and
mm,
creating my 5 to 9 so that I could get out of it, you know? Because
100%.
that's the biggest thing, bro. It's like, because I could come home from work and just fuck off for the rest of the day and then just go
Mm,
back to work.
mm.
But, then I don't really have much to look forward to. I'm just going to be working all day. And I mean, it just wasn't something that I wanted to do. So, that's why I realized I had to make a change.
I would agree. I think a lot of people they hate the job or the position that they're in right now, but they'll go to work and then once they finish work, they just relax. They're on the couch, they're watching the telly, they're scrolling on
Yeah.
their phone, or they're not really using that like 5 to 9, like what you said, to actually make a difference, to actually make a change. And for you, like
Yeah.
you feel like, I mean, obviously you're working right now, but like that's the difference has been actually using that spare time that you have that most people use to rest, but to actually work on something to get you out of the position that you're in.
Yeah, 100%. Because I just realized that my time could be so much well better spent. And then once
Mm.
I actually started implementing that and
Yeah.
started working on my 5 to 9, I
Mm.
just saw the opportunities and the capabilities. And it just got me thinking, like, well, so if I do leave my 9 to 5 and I have that extra 8, 10, 12 hours to actually work on it,
Mm.
what were the possibilities then? And it just started going crazy in my head, like, dude, I could be doing so much more if I made $600 from a couple days of working a couple hours, then what could it be like if I spent like 10, 12 hours doing that? It could be
Exactly.
4, 5, 6 times that amount.
Mm. Yeah, no, 100%. Like being able to actually, because you made that $600 while working. Like you're still working because
Yeah.
you work long days, right?
Yeah, bro. Sometimes, I mean, it's 8. I mean, but most of the time it's about 10 or 12 hours a day. So,
Mm. Mm. So you're literally working like 12-hour days, barely any time to see your friends and family, but you're using that time now to work on something.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and it's really about that sacrifice that you want to make. It's like
Mm.
obviously I'm not spending as much time with the boys and I'm not going out as much, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's worth it, bro. I mean, cuz what else do I want my life to be for the rest of my life? I don't want to be
Mm.
working this kind of 10 to 12 hour slug. I mean, obviously I want
Yeah.
to have some time and enjoy that. So I just kind of realized like nobody's going to help me out. Is you have to make your own decision and you have to be the one to change it. Nobody's going to fucking help you. So
Yeah.
it's really just based on whether you want it or not, you know?
Mm. Nah, I couldn't agree more, bro. I think it requires a bit of sacrifice, like you said. I think I always like saying you have to be selfish before you can become selfless.
Exactly.
You use all your time to your advantage, and then once you are like at that point where you have that freedom, that financial freedom, the time freedom, location freedom, then you can spend all the time with your mates and your friends, your family, as much as you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's about the sacrifices that you're willing to make for
Yeah.
the better good of your future. So,
For you, bro, like when you first came into this, I'm sure you were a little bit skeptical. What would you say to yourself if, you could talk to that person, when you first joined or when you first were sort of trying to make that decision? Because I know obviously you came in, you invested into a mentor, but you didn't get started right away. You didn't put the effort you should have put in right away. Like, what would you tell yourself if you could speak to that person about, 5 months ago when you first joined?
I mean, bro, first off, I would just say just stop fucking around.
Mm,
I would literally come home and be like, oh, I'll hop on a call here, I'll take some notes there. But
mm,
I mean, you could hop on as many calls as you want, you could take as many notes as you want, but it doesn't matter until you actually implement that stuff and take action.
yeah,
Um, so I mean, I definitely would tell my younger self, or I guess 5 months ago, I would tell myself to actually take that action and take it into my own hands to do something about it. Because when I first joined, I was super skeptical and I was kind of like, fuck. Like, did I just like lose out on a bunch of money? And then I kind of just knuckled down and I was like, bro, if I want to make this back and I want to make even more, then I got to do something about it. And that's what
Mm,
I did. As soon as I took that first step of posting that first video, bro, boom, that shit
mm,
just popped off, you know,
mm.
because it was just a relatable story and people understood where I was coming from.
Yeah.
So I definitely would just tell myself to take shit more seriously,
Mm,
and it's not it's worth it if you're willing to put in the effort, you know.
mm.
And if you're not willing to put in the effort, then you might as well just kiss your future goodbye because you're going to be
Yeah.
doing the same shit for the
No,
next 20
100%.
years.
100%. I think a lot of people come in here thinking like this is easy or making money online's, easier than working a job. And it can get to that point, but I'm sure you can speak on this yourself. Like
Yeah.
it's not a walk in the park, bro. If it was
Yeah,
easy, everyone
definitely
would
not.
be doing it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. It's all about the effort that you put in and how
Mm,
bad you want it.
yeah.
And that's what really kind of punched me in the face was I was just
Mm,
sitting around acting like people were going to help me out. And I mean, obviously people did help me out in the community and they did try and help me out, but I just didn't have enough of that inside of me as like I wanted to help myself out. So you have to
yeah.
be able to be like, bro, the situation I'm in is shit and I want something better. So
Mm,
that's why you just got to take that first step and take some action, bro.
exactly right. What would you say to someone that is sort of on the fence with getting into the online space?
I mean, I would just basically say like it's all up to you, man. Like it's up to the action that you take and
Mm,
it just determines the result of your outcome is going to be how much effort you put in, you know. And it's like obviously the
mm,
first 2 months I didn't put in any effort. I didn't see any results. But as soon as I started putting in some effort and as soon as I actually started doing something instead of just watching and sitting back, I seen the results. So I mean, it's literally just all about the effort that you put in. Um, and obviously you can go invest your money into stocks, this and that, and whatever. You could wait 30 years to become a millionaire, but who the fuck wants that? I don't
mm,
want to be 60 years old and being like, oh, I finally touched $1 million.
mm,
Awesome.
mm,
I want to be like 25, 26, 27, being like, damn, I worked my ass off and now I can go enjoy that, you know? So it's just the thing that I would say to people that are kind of skeptical about getting started is you're never going to know unless you try.
yeah.
And the amount of times that I've failed is ridiculous. But I
Mm,
mean, it gets to a point where once a couple times it's going to work. And then once you find out how it works, you just kind of keep implementing that same process and keep getting better at it
mm.
and just kind of master that process.
Bro, 100%. I think a lot of successful people have failed more than you've tried.
Oh yeah.
They failed a
Oh yeah.
shitload of times, and failure is fucking inevitable. Like, there's no way you're
Yeah.
gonna try something brand new and get it right the first go. You don't ride a bike
Yeah,
for the first time and not fucking fall off.
it's how you learn, bro. Failure is the best way to learn. Just
Yeah.
going through those steps is the best way to learn.
Yeah, bro.
100%.
100%. All right. Well, for you, I mean, one last question. I mean, what's sort of your goals? I know we obviously talked about in the next 6 months, but I mean, for the rest of the year, what are your goals, bro? Like financial goals, what else? Just, maybe living situation, whatever it is. Do you have like sort of goals for the rest of the year? And what would they be?
Yeah, bro, 100%. I mean, obviously, one of my biggest goals is to actually propose to my girlfriend, soon to be fiance.
Hmm.
And at the rate that I'm at, I could get the ring that I want, da 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 da. But I mean, obviously, after that, there's a lot more. I want to be able to get my own house and not live in an apartment like I do now.
Hmm.
And just get rid of this shitty truck because the goddamn truck I have now is just awful. So,
Yeah.
I got to get something better than that. Um, so yeah, obviously kind of scale more because I mean now I'm at a point where we're making 600 bucks a week. So obviously I want to kind of get that to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000,
Mm.
and obviously just buckle down on the content and then just get better at the closing because I mean that's where it's really going to take off and really going to
Yeah.
get me to where I want to be. Because honestly, I don't know if I want to stay in California. I kind of want to get out of here.
Mm.
Everyone's saying California this, California that, but there's a lot of the places I want to visit and I want to take a lot more trips. And to be able to do that, I'm gonna have to scale what I have right now to 5, 6 times that. So definitely just buckle down on what's working and just grow from there, man.
All right, so that was my guy Sam. I'll leave his IG handle in the description if you want to reach out to him, if you got any questions, whatever it is. I appreciate you guys if you've made it this far into the video. If you feel like you've sort of resonated with this or you want to learn more about the online space, I put a link to a one-on-one call with myself in the description. So if you want that, you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, or you want to make a change in your life, click the link in that, book a call, and let's talk.